Hey, what's going on? This is your girl, Michaela Renee, all day, every day. Today, I am going to show you part 2 of Herbal Basics, which is how to make an infused oil. What you are going to need for your infused oil is a clean and super dry jar. You're going to need a wooden spoon, your herbs, and of course, you'll need some oil. Now, there are different kind of oils that you can make for an infused oil. You can use olive oil, you can use almond oil, and you can use sunflower oil. I personally like to use the olive oil the best, only because it holds longer so it doesn't get rancid. So this is what we're going to do first. We're going to take the lid, which I've already labeled. I'm going to show you how to make my Veri-Vein oil, which I'm going to use for a massage cream. And Veri-Vein is actually a product that is available on Olivia's healingherbs.com, by the way. And it reverses varicose veins. It's an entire system. It comes with oil, it comes with soap, it comes with the capsules. It comes with everything that you need to, in a bath decoction, of course, to reverse varicose veins and have them be not only reduced, but slowly but surely they will diminish. So let me go ahead and start by adding my herbs. Now the first herb that I'm going to add is horse chestnuts. Horse chestnuts, according to studies in Johns Hopkins University and the University of Maryland, and they found that horse chestnut will reduce varicose veins by actually taking the blood circulation, which is going, not circulating right, which is the reason why you get varicose veins and spider veins, and it's actually reversing that blood oxygen cycle. So it's going through the heart, coming out of the heart, and pumping correctly instead of kind of cycling backwards, which is why people get varicose veins sitting there in their leg. So horse chestnuts is wonderful for reducing and diminishing varicose veins. I also have here, since I buy herbs in bulk, the arnica flower. Do your research about this arnica flower, because arnica flower is actually wonderful for, again, reducing and diminishing varicose veins. So I'm going to take this arnica flower and I'm going to add this also. You spill a little on the sides, it's okay. It's not going to harm anybody. They're just herbs, and herbs are for the healing of the nation, so we are going to use them for what they are supposed to do, which is heal and reverse our medical conditions that are not good. And we want to be in a very good state of mind. We want to be healthy bodily wise, so we're going to use this arnica flower. All the things that I'm putting in here, by the way, are just to help with varicose veins. That's it. I also have some witch hazel that I'm going to add to the mix. And again, this infused oil is actually the cold method. It's also called the folk method, or the solar infused oil. What I'm going to do is make the oil, and instead of cooking it on the stove where it takes 2 to 3 hours and then bam, it's ready, which you can do, I'm going to actually set it outside. I have a nice, spacious, and sunny backyard, and I'm going to let the sun just do its magic and infuse these oils. So alright, so we've got our horse chestnut, we've got our arnica flower, we've got our witch hazel. I thought about putting a little calendula in here, but I decided to save that for the soap. So we have some olive oil, and again, I said that I use olive oil because it holds up longer. The shelf life can be up to a year when you have a really good infused oil. So olive oil is what I'm going to use. The only problem that I have with olive oil is that it is very greasy. So instead of being absorbed into the skin, it's kind of like, well, it'll absorb, but it'll mainly kind of sit at the top. So what I do is actually, when I'm finished with my infused oil, I'll make a cream. And I'll show you how to do that in another video, but right now I'm going to do this. Also, just to let you know, you only fill it up halfway because these herbs are going to expand. And as they expand, they will fill up the jar, so we don't want that. We're going to fill it up halfway. When you buy oils in any product, try to get unrefined, unbleached, so that you're getting just the product. Extra virgin olive oil, however you want to do it, but make sure that it is not refined, because refined means processed, and processed means additives and preservatives and things like that. So if you can get you an olive oil that is unrefined, then that would be beautiful. And I'm going to get my other bottle of olive oils because the whole purpose is to cover this completely up, and I don't quite have enough yet. So I'm going to open up another bottle of olive oil. Also, I think it might be important to mention the fact that I add just a little bit of coconut oil because olive oil is so thin, and coconut oil is just a little bit more heavy, and it spreads. I like the way it spreads on the skin a little bit better than olive oil, even though olive oil is definitely better. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of coconut oil to this mixture just to thicken it out, so that it's less runny and more consistent with how I want it to be. So I do have an unrefined, expeller pressed virgin coconut oil. So I'm going to get my spoon, and it's not melted down. It doesn't have to be because the sun is going to do all of that. And there's really no method to my madness when it comes to how much coconut oil to use. I just want enough to thicken out the olive oil, so it's not so pour it and let it run, but it's a little bit more thick and consistent with, you know, how I like to make my cream. So that's that, no big deal. And sometimes it also takes trial and error, so once you make a couple of infused oils, you'll kind of realize how you want it versus how you don't want it, and you'll change accordingly. So again, our ingredients so far that we have for our Veri-Vein oil, which is going to reduce and diminish varicose veins, which I don't mind sharing with you. I don't like to oppress people or keep people in the dark. We have our horse chestnut, we have the arnica flower, we have witch hazel, where we poured the olive oil in there, and we also added some coconut oil only for the purpose of thickening out our oil, okay? Now, the thing about this is you don't want to just put the top on and shake it up, because when you shake it up, you create bubbles. Bubbles creates oxygen. Oxygen means mold, and you do not want mold in your stuff. So I don't even stir it vigorously. What I'm going to do is just press down gently. Okay? We're going to press down gently just to loosen up the herbs. And the sun, when we take it outside, it's going to release all the compounds in the herbs into the oil. And some people say, well, I want it extremely potent. When you want an extremely potent herb, I'm going to give you a secret. It's not about adding more herbs. What you do is, once you have your infused oil and you drain all of the herbs using a strainer or a cheesecloth, or however you're going to strain all of these herbs out and just be left with the oil, take that oil that you're left with and add more herbs to that, so that you already have an infused oil, but now you're going to make it double potent, which is what I do for the Veri-Vein system. And you are going to basically let this sit outside for about 3 to 6 weeks. I am old school. I will wait the full 6 weeks because I feel like everything that is really great is worth waiting for. So I'm going to let this sit out as long as possible so that all of these oils will be completely infused. And now I'm going to pour the rest of the oil. Okay, so right now we're still kind of just loosening the herbs up so that they're not all clumped at the bottom. And that's why I put the horse chestnut in there first, so that everything like the arnica flowers and the witch hazel isn't just sitting at the bottom thick and not being, you know, circulated through the oils. So we're just going to loosen it up just a little bit, and again, by poking it, we're not stirring. Okay. All right. And when we're finished, we're just going to simply take a label top, or you can put a label on the side, however you want to do it. We're going to give it a press. And the next step is very simple, and that's to let our creator do the rest. We're going to simply take this outside. We're going to leave it out there for 6 weeks. And I'm also going to bring in the other jar that has already been outside, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a cream in my next video. So you will actually get to see how the VeriVein cream is made. But here is the infused oil, and it's not infused yet actually because the sun has to infuse it, and all of the compounds from the herbs will be released into this oil. So it's going to be really beneficial for a topical ointment, a massage oil, or a cream, or if you want to make a salve. You can make a lot of great things out of infused oil. One thing you cannot do with this infused oil is digest it or cook with it, because horse chestnuts are actually poisonous if you were to internalize it and try and eat it. Arnica flowers are not good. They are poisonous. So know your herbs. Know that these herbs, okay, they're good for external use. I can use it as a cream and get busy like that. Or, you know, I do make a Veri-Vein capsule. It does not have horse chestnuts in it. It does not. We have our Veri-Vein oil, and it is sitting outside so beautifully. Okay,